Hey y'all, what it is, what it do? It's your girl, it's your fave, back better, another video. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel, like the video, click the bell to be notified of every time I post. You know what it is. I know what it is. We know that I post frequently. All right, y'all. Subscribe, okay? We're trying to get to 7,000 over here, okay? On my mama, subscribe, okay? Like the video. I appreciate the ones who always like the video, but use who fly to the comment. Fly to that like button too, okay? The way you fume Superman at all to them comments. Superman at all to that like button. Thank you. Appreciate it in advance. All right, y'all, let's do the theme song or theme anthem together. We are jumping, we are skipping, we hopping, we leaping, we doing it. Dougie pow, our Dougie, yow. Into this video, click the link down in the description box below to become a paid member on my Patreon. Like I've told y'all, I'm doing Baddies West. I'm wrapping that up. I'm finna go to the reunion on them. I'm also doing Valley Girls season 3. Okay, season 3, big season 3. They throwing down over there. Okay, where they're mad at. And I'm also starting Playboys Vegas. Baby, belt to. Okay, they over there getting it. So make sure y'all click that link. All right, y'all, without further ado, come on, let's go and get into this video. Okay, now the question that was on my mind was, where is that dog at? I feel as though the dog that was brought out this particular episode was Hennessy. I definitely feel like it was Hennessy. The dog was brought out by Hennessy. Now, don't get me wrong, Caribbean definitely did her thing in that second round. But I would say it just took forever for the dog to come out. Like, for the dog to really do some damage and, bite a bit. It just took forever. I would say, let me go just start off. I'm going to give it again. But her and Kayla tie, very much so. Hennessy definitely got that first round. But that second round, she got that, She definitely got that. But I think this was Hennessy's episode. Because when she was saying some of the girls should have stayed home, in her last words, I was like, you were one of the girls. You were absolutely one of the girls that could have stayed home. But this was definitely her episode. So we start off with Snowblue and Hennessy going down the laundry list of times they ain't fought, the times they ain't got into it. Girl, who cares? Get in the field. It shouldn't have took us 4 minutes and 26 seconds to know, like, hey, a fight is about to occur. We've heard the dialogue. We know why y'all fighting. Get in there. So immediately I seen when Hennessy is outside on the pavement or grass, she feeling it. Like, them is her areas. It's like when she outside, she fight better. I remember when her and Fly 9 got to fight, she fought really good, outside. I don't know if she's just an outside baby or what, but she fights amazing when it's on gravel or in the grass. So boom, her and Snowblue get to fight. She get the better of Snowblue. Soon as Snowblue get up, her eye tell me, hey. I said, girl, bye. Like, what is going on here? The eye is already low to the floor. Y'all ain't even been fighting that long. The eye is already on limp. So Snow want to go again because she felt that eye, and that eye is on about to close. She said, hold on. Before you close, I need that again. Now, I'm not going to lie. In this one, once they slowed it down and gave, a lot more editing, it was the swim cap surprise for me. As soon as Snow pulled the wig, it was like, surprise, dummy. Swim cap, bow. Mac, need that. Then it was the bush. The bush is crazy because, as y'all know, the last time they were stuck in the tree. So the fact that Hennessy kind of pushed her in the bush, I just thought that was hilarious. That was too funny to me. I said, now she got whooped in the bushes. Now, what took me, Hennessy starting to smell herself because she ends up saying, I did beat you. I whooped you. I whooped you twice. I'm not going to keep fighting you. I heard beat you up. Snow told him, you ain't beat me up. She was like, girl, I worked your set. I beat you up. You want to go again? Come on. Don't let her come up while I'm doing my hair. Exactly. So shut up. I will say this. In my opinion, when they was having a conversation, it was giving cool, calm, collect on both ends. But more so on Snow end. Snow, it wasn't giving, she wanted to fight more so. I guess her head is not in the game because her friend had transitioned. I definitely understand that. But you did call out the fade. You did say that you needed that. So whatever came after that, it is what it is. It's the up out of here, bitch. Yeah, the third round was crazy. These were all good rounds, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. I feel as though the third round, Snow definitely had her head a little more in the game. Maybe the eye was closed shut at that time, so she like, hold on, I gotta get her. I gotta at least do one good round with her. Now I will say this. I do hate when the girls get on the show and the show don't work out for them and they be like, oh my God, y'all are looking for a platform. Y'all trying to start y'all lives off by fighting. This is not going to get y'all nowhere. I make money in real life. All those little sayings trying to big yourself up and put somebody else down because the experience didn't work out in your favor really do be blowing me, because you didn't have to be on the show. You didn't. You watched the show 1,001 times and you then was like, you know what? I'll be perfect for this show. Understanding that your friend did transition. Definitely understand that. But also, too, it's the last day. What are you talking about? You ready to go home? Girl, y'all about to go home. What are you talking about? Now, what Snowblue said about Ferrari, I definitely think it's interesting because she been popping about Ferrari all season, her confessionals, if you ask me. You know, very on and off. It's shade being thrown at Ferrari every chance she gets when Ferrari name comes up. But I want to know, did they get that at the reunion, or was that addressed? Probably not, for real, for real. We move on to Kayla and Caribbean. Fine. Kayla had some twerk for her. Very much had twerk for each other. Both of them was up in there. I'm talking about in it. Bow, 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 bow. Really wasn't really no hair pulling. I feel as though the hair came in when you need to get a good grip and get the punches in, you know, more so like that. But it really wasn't pull hair whole time. It was more like get the hair, get the grip, bow, bow, bow. Let me get them shots in. But both of the girls from the shoulders, they were both coming from the spine. From the spine. That's how hard they was in it. The spine, back, active, okay, they were in it from the spine, the lower back, the lower part of the spine. Okay, they were up in there. Now my thing is, Caribbean, one thing they gonna do is shade you right now, because she did say she's not fighting you, but she said right now. You're not putting the right now on there, and they don't mind rewinding it and being like, she said right, not right now, but she's gonna fight you eventually. So now Hennessy don't mind going out there. I guess she needed to catch her breath real quick after her and Snow got into it. So after Kayla got activated and I guess her quote unquote lip rebusted, she didn't want to go out there and catch the fade behind her homie. Legacy and Sai came to a resolution. Who cares? Obviously, we won't see Sai again on Now That's TV. So goodbye. Now Hennessy and Caribbean end up fighting this first round. I do feel as though Caribbean was trying to come from the spine with it. You know what I'm saying? Early on, she like spine action. Boom, got it, getting in there. But then Hercules, I will say this. I feel as though every time I see Hennessy fight, she kind of leap a little bit. She jump into the fight. I don't know how to explain it. She don't physically just jump, but somehow she make her body taller. Like she elongates when she fights. The first, like, soon as she get up in there, she gonna elongate some type of way to get an advantage over it. So she elongated herself, was able to get the girl hair, but she really was pulling her hair. You know, it wasn't give, okay, I need a grip and I'm up in there. It gave, okay, I'm gonna pull you every which direction I need you to go. I'm pulling your hair and I'm, up in there. She was up in there with them uppercuts, but I will say Caribbean was up in there with that arm, bow, bow, bow. Like, she was trying to come from the spine, but Hennessy just wanted her win real quick, and she wanted to do hair pulling and punching, which I don't blame her. A fight is a fight. Now, like I said, Hennessy started to smell herself because she done, over with, whooped her, I did that, ate that up, not whooping me. It's the key for me. Now, after I seen this first round, I'm like, ooh, the dog is not there. The dog ain't present. Cause what was this? Was it that dog that y'all was talking about? This dog that we was waiting on to come out? Cause this is not giving dog action. This ain't giving it. It's not giving it. We need a new phrase. We need a new catchphrase, babes, because we did not let that dog out. That dog was still put up in the cage, okay? Maybe he learned how to click the lock, but he too scared to come out. Cause I was like, nah, Caribbean, what the is that? I don't like that. And then especially Hennessy tearing on you like that. Okay, Kayla, I wouldn't be like too surprised, but Hennessy, I'm like, now Caribbean, now Caribbean. Now these two big bullock out there sitting on her head reminded me of her sister Hazel. I feel as though Caribbean has had the second biggest knot on Now This TV. First was Hazel. Absolutely. She takes the number one prize for the biggest knot. And I feel as though Caribbean takes second place because these knots are nodding. These knots are telling me, hello, hello, from the Grinch movie. Like, ooh, they're big. They're here and they're here to stay. So Caribbean, like, she ain't tripping. She had a little bit of twerk for her in this particular fight, but they gonna fade again. So she really ain't worried about it. Obviously, she used to be a boxer, so the first thing they teach you in boxing is to plant your feet. Like, that's the first thing. So she going off technique. She not going off street fighting. She going off technique that she been learned. So she wasn't really too much tripping because she knows she finna get her in a minute. Kayla hyping up Hennessy. All you hear Hennessy say, done, 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 done. When your homegirl hype you ate her, did her, did that. You ain't even got too much to say, did it, rocked her, took her through from the spine. Like, baby, marked her, parked. So the conversation with Zaniah and Legacy, I feel as though Zaniah barely was taking any accountability. Now, Landon did go tell you to check on Ferrari, but after that, when she went to Legacy, you then started minding the business that didn't pay you. You should have minded your business. And yes, I am happy that y'all did have this sit down, but you sitting up here being like, oh, well, I feel like sometimes she victimized herself. Obviously, we been knew that. Like, we already knew that. But if you already felt like she be victimizing herself, why would you then go be her knight in shining armor? And you was going to check Legacy. What else did you go down there for? You didn't want to get both sides. And then you jumped at her, telling her, like, not to play with me. So, no, Zaniah be wanting attention so bad. Like, she be fiending for attention. I am glad that the girls settled, whatever they had going on, they hugged it out. But if I'm Lexi, I would still watch Zaniah. Zaniah sits with Zaniah and Kennedy. And I guess I'm from where I'm from, because get me, like, I'm going to get this person, you get that person. And she said it from the beginning, too, when she said, you get Kayla and I'm going to get Hennessy. Where in that said jump? From the beginning of the statement, it never said jump. The beginning of the statement said, I'm going to fight this person if that person try to jump in, and then you're going to fight that person. Where did that give jump? Like she said, if I'm going to jump, we going to say we finna jump her. And then Zaniah, in my opinion, I've told y'all this before, smelling herself. See, she ain't got on Mean Girl. She ain't got on Young and Reckless. She ain't got on these shows where these girls really don't want to fight like that, for real. Like, these girls, as much as they try to come on these shows and be like, I'm reckless, I fight, I do this. These girls, no, they don't get down how Zaniah get down. Now, I've seen videos on T pages before. Zaniah get down in her everyday life, like literally everyday life. She not too long ago just got to fight with her cousin, Mary. She just got to fight with her not too long ago. And like I said, she get on these shows where these other girls really don't want to fight and really can't fight for real. And she getting down with them, so she piping her head up. She said, oh, I didn't misunderstand. No, the way I took it is the way y'all was saying it. And the girl is telling her, like, no, that's not what I meant. It's a miscommunication. She like, it wasn't no miscommunication. You said what you said, and the way I took it is how you said it. So basically punking them, trying to see if they gonna fight her, already knowing they're not gonna fight her. But again, I can't wait till she get on South Central Baddies. Even though she has fought Kayla and she did good fighting Kayla, I want to see her get up with Lori, Bree. Like, I want to see her get up with people that do the similar thing like she does. Like, they been fighting for a while. They was raised up on fighting. I need her to get in the field with people like that. And I agree with, I hate to say it, Kennedy and Sai, you didn't get your lick back from the girls No way. So why would I continuously involve myself in a jump that you forgave? I definitely understand that. If you forgave him and you waiting till your eye healed, then I guess we all gonna wait till your eye healed. Why am I getting down where I'm mad at for you? And I get what Zaniah saying is like y'all volunteered maybe in that moment because tensions were so high and they probably felt as though when y'all got to the house y'all was gonna run it again and maybe they was gonna try to jump you again and maybe that's when they said they was gonna get up on the girl, but everything had died down. You said you're gonna wait on your outer heel. You was twerking on them. Y'all was having a good time. So it really wasn't no need for them to extend themselves and fight for you. It was no need for them to. So I understand both parts. But I totally understand their part because if you're not getting your lick back, why am I getting your lick for you? I don't know you like that. Both of y'all. Whoo! Both of y'all. Whoo! I thought when she said, because y'all get on there, who? I thought the who was just going to keep coming. That was going to be a gag. If they did the who like 4 times, who? What did you say? Who? Who you talk? Who? Like, I just thought the who was going to whoville its way into December. Like, so bad. Zaniah punks Kennedy. Not surprised. Not surprised at all. Per usual, somebody's always punking her. So about, I'm gonna BTA after I go that BTA. Got into what? 2 fights and left early. Like, girl, you cannot make this up. Like, girl, Kennedy, I hope, I pray, I thank them in advance that they do not bring you back. When I say annoying, and the fact that they keep putting her confessionals in irritates me even more. I just skip through her confessionals every time I see them because you already know she not up on that thing. And I think she was thinking that Yas was finna jump in what she had going on. But I definitely believe after this last go around with Lauren, Yas has understood not to involve herself in nothing that ain't got nothing to do with her. And I'm happy for Yas. We finally moved into Caribbean and Hennessy's second fade. Second fade, Caribbean has rings on. She said, don't mind, don't care. Bop, getting in there. Getting in there. It was quick, but it seems as though it was effective. She's like, take the rings off. I don't never need the rings. Now I'm gonna let that dog out. I seen the dog. The dog was in action, okay? The dog said, the dog was in action, baby. Off the leash. Off the leash. Hennessy definitely was dragged, okay? Dragged.com. So in the beginning of the fade, I will say, like I told y'all, it's that leap, it's that jump that she do. She was on top of Caribbean head. Caribbean said, I'm gonna do a you on you. She pulled her hair, broke her down, plump, to the side, like Landon when he got to fight with Dooley. To the side, to the side she went. After that, upper, in there, bow, face. Kayla, keep swinging. Girl, that girl swimming. Okay, Caribbean in there. Take her to the floor. Get the mopping. Mop the floor with Hennessy. Mop the floor. Uppercut her, punch her in the head, get her. Doing her in. Doing her. Wearing her down like swimwear. Wearing her down. I really enjoy Caribbean's reaction after the fade. It was the stance. I'm here with it. I'm here. Watch out. You ain't got no twerk for me. Like, I definitely enjoyed it because this whole time, no shade, background character. In the back. In the back. Who that in the back? Never mind. She was in the back the whole time. Now that dog came out, she out. She ready. She on bullshit. And I love that. Now, I will answer the big $1,000 question. Was her fades worth the wait? And I would have to say yes, they were. And I only say that because it wasn't giving scary. It wasn't giving like, bitch, that's the fight. It wasn't giving picking on nobody that couldn't fight. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't hoeing nobody. It was none of that. It was more like these is girls that could fight. And, she knocking on the door. She calling at the fade. She did lose the round with Hennessy the first round, but she got heart. And with that, she got heart and hands. So she was like, I ain't finna let no knots despair me, but I'm gonna get you. You know what I'm saying? Because you did throw liquor on me. So I'm on that. I need that. And I'm gonna have that. And I'm gonna do you. and you up here done, not today. I'm gonna show you what not today. Rings, you bloody, no rings, with rings. I get down where I'm at it. And that's what she gave. Now, we moved to like the OGs talking. I definitely need Nutter Bucket to sit down and just vibe. You did not carry season 2. You did not carry season 2. You was a great opener for season 2, but carry, the C word, carry, Carry, carry. You ain't carry season 2 now. You ain't do that. You had definitely highlighted moments, but when Ivory showed up, that was Ivory's show. Let's be clear about that. I would say you was doing your thing as the villain till she got there. Then, it was time to get in the back seat, put on your seatbelt, and just enjoy the ride and try not to get whooped, But Carrie season 2 was crazy. I agree with Sai. By the third season, she shouldn't be still looking over her shoulder, keeping her head on a swivel. But also, too, Ferrari need to fight her own battle. She shouldn't keep looking for these women to have her back. And, obviously, we will never see Sai again on Young and Reckless. Thank God. I believe she goes to the All-Stars. After the All-Stars, we'll never see her again. But I do feel as though she's right about that, but also just to add to it, Ferrari needs to learn how to fight for herself. She shouldn't continuously be looking for these women to pack people out for her. Like, absolutely not. Mel told us her issue with Kennedy. Who cares? Kennedy is scared. She's not going to get in the field. They get to the club. She ends up smacking Lauren with some flowers. And she also ends up smacking Kennedy. That's why I take nothing Kennedy says serious, because she's very scary. Hennessy goes in her confessional, end up saying that we needed only like 7 to 8 girls solid, not 22. And out of the 7 or 8, you were never picked. When everybody said who carried the show, your name was never brought up. So you will be at the house if we were going off your logic. But Kennedy did call Mel scary, and then say somebody called Ivory, somebody called Mel, somebody called Lauren, somebody called Zaniah, somebody called Alexis. Like, girl, the last. I pray we never see her again on this show, because she was so annoying. And the fact they put a confessional of hers every episode after she got beat up and then wanted to keep punking out, like, child, please. But overall, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. They were reckless. It took some time, but the girls did get out there. I am happy that they did do eliminations. I will say it took them forever to do eliminations, child. It took them forever. But overall, I will say I was entertained. My fave of this season, honestly, if I just want to be honest with y'all, my faves is Legacy. I'm so happy that, Legacy got her lick back from Sai. Took her through there. I'm glad that she was standing up for herself. She's always stood up for herself, but I just feel as though it was a different type of like standing up for yourself. I don't know. Like, she was really empowered this season. I don't know what was the difference, but it was just like a energy shift for me when it came to her. Who else am I proud of this season? Who else am I proud of? I like Nug this season. I will be honest and say I really like Nug this season. I like the fact that she was standing on business behind anything that she wanted to stand on business behind. Whether it came to her room, whether it came to her, just redeeming herself, whatever it was. I was on bullshit with Nugs. I liked the Nugs this season. Very much so. Who else? Who else? Child. Who was on the cast? Who was on the cast at this one? I did like Jules. I definitely liked the Jules till she stopped talking. I liked her till she stopped talking. Like, once she stopped talking, I kind of was like, yeah. It's more people I just don't really care for. I like Minnie. I love that Minnie redeemed herself, but I feel as though they stuck on Minnie's storyline too long to where like in the beginning I was kind of like, oh my god, like we talk about Minnie one more time, I swear to God. I like Minnie, but I just feel as though they stuck too long on her storyline to me. Like I really didn't care for her storyline. It was just what it was like, girl, how many times we gonna drag it out? And I feel like that was it. Nugs, Legacy. Oh, I liked it, Alexis. I definitely liked it, Alexis. Pretty, got a good squabble on her. Got a good squabble on her. Real good. Wasn't playing with these girls at all. Don't blame them. I liked it, Lauren, in the beginning, but Lauren turned me off when she was just doing too much. It was the talking in the confessionals was irritating me. Her having Ferrari back irritated me. Like, oh, that was getting on my nerves. I liked the Nene, but I feel as though we ain't see enough of Nene. So, she don't have to come back. Zaniah definitely did her thing, but Zaniah is very flip-floppy to me. You don't know whether she's day or night. Her moods just change. And I kind of was like, you need to get your league back. Like, you should have been calling out them fades when it came to the girls jumping you. Like, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. That should have been called out. Kennedy, as y'all know, I just never want to see her again, ever. Caribbean, I wouldn't say Caribbean was one of my faves. I definitely feel as though she did her thing. She's not one of my faves, though. She don't necessarily have to come back to me. It take her too long to fight. But, she was a pretty girl. She was definitely a pretty girl. I'm trying to see who else. Hennessy don't have to come back. Very much did nothing for most of the show. Snowblue definitely don't have to come back. Mostly did nothing for most of the show. Who else? Kayla. I like the Kayla on this show. I was happy that Kayla wasn't no follower, and didn't do what Ferrari said. I feel as though that's everybody from the cast. Yeah, I think that's everybody. All right, y'all, but that's all I got. Love y'all. I'm gonna see y'all on the next one. Bye.